Hey guys, welcome to today's video. If you applied for Chevening Scholarship and you have been selected for interview, congratulations. It's not easy. You did so well. That's why you have been shortlisted for interview. This video, I'm just going to be sharing a very quick tip that would help you to boost you, to prepare you for your Chevening Scholarship interview. Okay, as you may know, my name is Kuseme, or you can call me Kuskus, and I am a Chevening alumni. I got the Chevening Scholarship in 2020 and I came to study in the UK at Queen Mary University of London with a Chevening Scholarship. So I'm a Chevening alumni. I'm in the alumni network. So yes, I also made more than 40 videos on this channel about Chevening application, Chevening interview, Chevening process. So make sure you watch those videos. If you are preparing for your interview, make sure you go to my Chevening playlist and check out the videos about interview so that you can watch. I shared in those videos my interview questions and how I answered them. Also shared what questions I asked the panelists, and I've shared a lot of tips on how to prepare for interview. So this video is not going to be long. I'm just making this video because I've gotten a lot of questions recently how you should prepare for your Chevening interview. I think the first thing is that you should be very confident. The fact that your application was shortlisted among thousands of applications means you did great. You did a very great job and you were convincing enough. For you to be selected or shortlisted for interview means you stand a chance of winning the Chevening Scholarship. It means your application was that good. So do not have any doubt about your capacity. Do not have any doubt about your application. It was that good for you to be shortlisted. The ones that were not good were not shortlisted. So if you've been shortlisted for Chevening interview, you are that good. So have the confidence that you are that good. You need to, tell yourself that you're good enough to win this prestigious scholarship. You are prestigious enough to be a Chevening scholar. Okay? Stop doubting yourself. A lot of people come to me, oh, Kuskus, I don't know how to prepare. I don't know what to do. Watch my videos. I have shared a whole lot of things about how to prepare. And you need to know that as you're going for the interview, you are trying to stand out because they've shortlisted a lot of candidates for the interview, but they're not even going to take half of the people they've shortlisted. What will distinguish you from another candidate? What will leave a lasting impression in your panelist mind when you leave? Because your panelists are going to be interviewing a lot of people. What is it that will make your panelists remember you? How do you want to leave a lasting impression in their mind so that when they are confused about who to select, they cannot get past you? If they don't select you, they will feel bad. You want to leave that impression on your panelists. And how do you do that? By standing out, by not giving generic answers, by personalizing the answers, because they are still going to ask you the 4 Chevening questions. How do you prove that you're a leader? How do you network? What are your career plans? Which universities did you choose and why did you choose them? You want to personalize your answers to suit you, to reflect your circumstances, and to highlight you as the best candidate and the best investment that Chevening wants to make. Chevening Scholarship is an investment. The UK government is investing in scholars. Why should they invest in you? That's the question that you should answer when you get to the interview. They are going to ask you, oh, let's get to meet you. When you finish introducing yourself, they're going to ask you, why Chevening? Why should we select you as a Chevening scholar? That's what you need to prove. You need to prove that you meet the eligibility requirement, you meet the ideal candidates for a Chevening scholar. When you go to the Chevening website, you're going to see, a place where they always say who is an ideal scholar. They're going to say things about leadership. You have leadership potential. You have 2 years of work experience. You are from a Chevening eligible country. You are focused on impacting, influencing people in a positive way. You want to demonstrate all of these things when you are at your interview. You want to be confident. You want to demonstrate your suitability as a Chevening scholar. You want to be very fluent in your presentation. If I ask you a question and you have all the nice and fantastic ideas in your mind, but when you are sharing it, you are not even convincing me in the way you present. Maybe so many filler words, you are forgetting things, you are not fluent, you're not being enthusiastic, you're not showing passion and energy in the way you answer your questions. I will even doubt your dreams. Because if you cannot convince me of your dreams, how do I know that they are actually your dreams? So you need to be very bold and expressive. And, when you're presenting at your interview, when they ask you what are the problems in your field, you need to be able to break down these problems in layman's terms. So for instance, you are a medical person. I am a lawyer. I don't know anything about medical stuff. Say I am at your interview now as a panelist. If you like, come and tell me all the medical terms. I will not understand. Your job is to simplify the problem in your industry in the language that I will understand, propose the solutions that you're planning to provide, and explain how going for a master's degree in the UK will help you achieve the knowledge that you need to solve these problems. In a layman's terms, if you explain it to a 5-year-old to understand, then you have arrived. You need to be able to break down the problems in your industry and the solutions that you're planning to get, and how studying in the UK is going to help you achieve the solution. You need to be able to break it down in such a way that, since I'm not in your field, when you leave that meeting room or interview room and my co-panelists ask me, did you understand? I would break it down for them in 1, 2, or 3 sentences. Because when you come and you're speaking all the jargons in your industry, you're not being simple in your expression, it's too technical that I don't even understand, I will just think that you don't know what you're doing. They always talk about elevator pitch. I'm not saying you should practice an elevator pitch here, but what I'm trying to say is simplify the problem in your industry, simplify your solution, and use very simple terms that anybody will be able to know what problem you want to solve. Always use the STAR approach. I'm sure that for you to have been selected for interview, you probably use the STAR approach to answer your questions. What was the situation? What was the task? What was the action you took? And what was the result? S is for situation. T is for task. A is for action. R is for result. So for instance, say I come from a place where there is so much traffic. There's so much traffic that you cannot really move around to go where you're going to. Maybe if you want to make a journey, it will take you so long in such a way that you are not being productive because you cannot really move from one place to the other easily just because of congestion and traffic. That's the situation. What is the task? The task is to learn how to ease the congestion in the city to allow very easy flow of traffic. What is the action that you took? Oh, I wrote a proposal to the government to propose traffic lights, to propose introduction of public transportations to reduce the amount of vehicles coming out of one family per time. For instance, a family of 5 that have 3 cars. When we have a working transport system like trains, like fleet buses, then we'll reduce the number of cars on the road, especially when the public transport system works efficiently. That was the action. So you wrote a proposal. What was the result? The result is that after 6 months, I presented this proposal to the government, and after 6 months, a committee was set up, and I was a member of the committee, and we have been brainstorming on how to implement the ideas that I proposed. Now we have launched a project for trains to run from the north side of the city to the east side of the city to the south side of the city, such that in the next 3 months, we are going to see all these improvements. That's one way of sharing results. So one way of sharing results is we are about to get to that result. Because a lot of people get confused that, because you've not achieved the desired result, it means you've not made progress. No. The fact that things are being put in place for you to achieve that result is also result. It's also impact. It's also outcome. So there are 2 ways you can present the result. Present it in a way that, things are being put in place to make it come to pass, or it has already been put in place. So another way is, for the past 1 year, we have succeeded in building train lines. Governments have introduced fleet buses, and they are very comfortable, and people drive to a certain place and park their cars and use these buses, which has really reduced traffic congestion in the city. There's been installation of traffic lights that have helped to ease, allow people to move freely. These are results. So this is just an example that came to my head instantly. It's not the same for you. Your story is different. So your action, the situation is different. Your action is different. Your task is different. And your result is different. Think and try to explain it easily. Give numbers, give digits, give figures, give statistics. By the time we started this project, 20% of applicants were struggling with their social media, blah, 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 with marketing. At the end of this project, as after implementation, we saw a radical increase in the business owner. 50% of business owners were making a lot of sales based on our social media campaign. Statistics, figures, digits, visuals. Let me understand in numbers what you're saying. Let me understand in visuals what you're saying. And you need to be passionate about communicating these problems and solutions to the panelists so that I understand. So that's it. And then when they ask you why you choose the universities you choose, please, Don't say all this, oh, it's a prestigious university, it's a top world-class university. We know. Why did you choose that university based on the course that you want to go and study? Give us a personalized reason. Just be so interesting in your interview that your panelists cannot forget you. That's what I need you to do. So I'm not saying you should lie, because for your application to be selected, it means there's something in there. You need to expound on it. You need to give more light, because in your application, you had restrictions of 500 words. In your interview, they're not going to restrict you. Yes, your interview might be 1 hour, but you can say a whole lot in 1 hour. They're not going to restrict you to 500 words. So you want to ensure that by the time you're done with them at that interview, you are so outstanding that they cannot ignore you. That's what I want you to do. They cannot ignore you. So let me know if you have any questions. Watch other videos of mine, and I wish you all the best in your interview. And another thing that you need to do is, yes, they asked you to cite examples in your application, and you did cite the examples, but introduce new examples. Okay, you submitted the application 6 months ago. Are you telling me that nothing has happened in your life in the past 6 months? Are you telling me that you've not done anything in the past 6 months? You probably have. So incorporate examples that you have encountered or that you've experienced in the past 6 months after you submitted the application. Show workings. Don't go and show yourself as waiting to get Chevening Scholarship before you do something. Show the work that you have done so far, the impact you have acquired so far, and why you need the Chevening Scholarship to give you more opportunity to continue doing what you've already started doing. Okay? They are going to favor people who have already been working in the field that they want to do. People who have already been doing the things they say they want to do. Oh, you want to demonstrate you're a leader. You've been able to influence people before, which is why you have the knowledge that they need. You have the qualities that they need to, you have the leadership qualities that they need. Because I have done this in the past, it means when I get the Chevening Scholarship, I'll be able to do this. Not when they look at you and ask you, what have you done? Or what are your leadership examples? You go and tell them a leadership example in secondary school. I was the class prefect in secondary school. Please, that's not what we're looking for here. This is a leadership scholarship. This is a scholarship that requires 2 years of work experience. So you cannot be all your examples from secondary school. Stop it. Don't anger me. Anyways, I think there's nothing that I'm going to share here today that I've not previously shared in my other videos. So I would recommend go straight to my Chevening playlist, watch the videos to prepare yourself for interview, and come back and, tell me how you're preparing for your interview in the comment section. And then I wish you the very best in your interview. Come back and tell me how your interview was. And once you're selected, I should know so I can congratulate you. I wish you guys the very best in your Chevening journey. I know it is not easy, but trust me, you've come this far. You can do it. You can do it. So gather all the energy you have to boost your confidence and have a positive mindset, because if you don't believe that you're going to get it, why should another person believe in you? You should be confident that the work that you have done is enough to get you the scholarship. So I wish you the very best. And that's the end of this video. I hope it has helped. Share it to somebody you know that is going to go for a Chevening Scholarship interview. And if you know any other person that's going for another scholarship interview, share this video with them, because the tips also help. Okay, guys, I'll catch you in my next video.